Hey, I only started the live. I already got somebody saying hi. Hi there, if you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me yet, but I tried to do a live a minute ago and it didn't work, so I'm doing one now. I found that it does pick you up over the first few seconds. In the old days, I would start a live and it'd be like 30 seconds in before anybody heard anything. But anyway. Black Hole is live. Black Hole Live 121. Yeah, double blackjack, yeah. Take a blackjack and add 100 lives to that. Now we got Black Hole Live 121. How you doing today? I know I'm struggling to cope just like anybody else. Try to make it at least 30 minutes. Hopefully not long, not too much longer than that. Maybe an hour. Trying to debate over whether or not I should mow my father's lawn today. Here, you guys can look at it. It's a little long. Yeah, I'll be live until about 2:30 at least Central Standard Time. I should be anyway, as long as there's not any issues like before. I was going to go out walking. It's like, no, okay, I'll do a live, be done by 2:33 or so. I got other things I might need to do. We all got stuff to do in this rabbit hole matrix. Somebody say, God, these people got these weird names, man. It's hard to pronounce them. You know. Anyway, we're almost to the weekend. Thank God it's Thursday, right? Yeah, if you believe in God. Coming up on, and, just, we're going to go right back to struggling again after that. It's all BS anyway, guys. I mean, I understand how life should be, and I understand how it is, and I know how it's made that way on purpose. I see one guy's watching, whoever you are. Yeah, it'll be live for a while, guys. I was going to do it earlier, but it didn't work. So, we're doing it now. Crazy rabbit hole matrix. Sing with me. Crazy rabbit hole matrix. We're just here on this earth for some little time, and who knows when we're gonna leave it. But we still gotta struggle and make the best things. I see 13 people are watching. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I always see people coming in and out of my live. They see that I'm live and they just scroll to somebody else. It's fine. You guys can watch whatever you want. I mean, it's all up to you. I mean, you guys can make your own channel one day. I mean, I've got my channel here, and you guys can do one yourself if you ever like. I'm not one of those big YouTubers, I'm just some humble guy, one of the more genuine guys, one of the smaller channels. Maybe one day I'll be like them, but my channel is still so young, But it is nice to get on here and just connect with people and try to relate to whatever it is they're going through and what I'm going through, and everybody needs to just do the best they can in this crazy place, Anyway, guys, I was gonna go out walking, but I'm gonna go over here and sit with you guys for a little bit. It's the same place that I showed you about a year ago when I moved back here to my parents' house. It's not, I'm sitting in the same place. I'm the very same place. Here, I'll show it to you. See? Same place. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hold the phone up to my face, make it look like I'm talking on the phone. Anybody wants to come in and say hi is more than welcome. I'll be alive for at least 30 minutes or so. Then I'm gonna get out of here. I see 6 people are watching. Anybody wants to say hi to Old Black Hole is more than welcome. Otherwise, you can just sit and listen to whatever comes out of my hole in my face. I don't know what to tell you guys other than the fact that we're just still here on this earth spinning through space. We're still doing the best we can to I'm gonna be yapping for a minute, guys. Every 5 minutes or so throughout the live, every 5 minutes or so I'll be looking at the chat, trying to relate, I'm just gonna spout for like 5 minutes, then I'll look at the chat, and then I'll spout for another 5 minutes. We're all still spinning through space. through this rabbit hole matrix. We're all trying to struggle, find meaning in life. I don't know what exactly what it is we're doing here. We came here to this earth through our parents' womb. They had sex, and now we're here. So, how do you relate to that? Oh, okay. Well, we gotta find meaning. We gotta struggle to find survival. Why? Because two people had sex. Why did two people have sex? Because they were in love with each other. Why are they in love with each other? Because the rabbit hole matrix wants us to procreate. That's why. The rabbit hole matrix wants to procreate. This is why parents have sex. This is why people want to bring somebody into this world. Excuse me. If people weren't being brought into the world like that, then there wouldn't be any existence on this earth full of rabbit holes. I want to encourage everybody listening to this live to go watch Alice in Wonderland today. Not just the Disney version, the animated version. Yeah, I wish everybody a very merry unbirthday, and that is unless it is your birthday. Comment if anybody's actually it's your birthday. Listen to this live. I'm so glad I call myself the Black Hole because I can relate to the Matrix and Alice in Wonderland and everything. It's all shout out to Thought Provoker over a year ago when when he was doing all those lives. And I was going to be the black circle, and that's no, black hole's better. Anyway, follow the rabbit. Anyway, I'm done rambling there. Yeah, it's just parents bring you out of their room, and YouTube's probably gonna even get mad at me for saying this stuff because all the guidelines, but they spit you out, and now you gotta find meaning. You gotta try to find ways to avoid the rabbit hole, because if you go back into the rabbit hole, then you go back to Wonderland, right? And you want to stay in the Matrix. If you stay in the Matrix, then you're gonna be able to. Then you're gonna be able to continue being a wage slave. Boy, Black Hole's really on it today, man. This Black Hole Live 121. Thanks for everybody listening. Yeah, you continue to be a wage slave. I could have been out there walking, but I'm actually sitting in the chair right now. Yeah, I don't want to show my face. So I got my emblem on and everything. And yeah, so you got to be a wage slave. You got to wake up every day, be a laborful fool. Eventually, you go home at night, and you got to wake up and do the same thing again. And all to make your parents proud, because they made love. Does anybody ever? It's in my posts. I mean, I want everybody to go answer my posts today. It'll be expiring by tomorrow. Does anybody remember asking to be born? Nah, I'm just here. We're living on this earth for a temporary period, and eventually we go back to where we came from. Where is that? That'd be Wonderland. We're going to go down the hole, whether we like it or not, guys. We are going to go back down that hole, and eventually we are going to reunite with whatever we existed within before we came here, and that is eternal bliss, guys. That is consciousness. We are free will consciousness, whether you guys want to listen to me or not. We are free will consciousness, and we go back to wherever we deserve to be, whether that be hell, whether it be heaven. If anybody disagrees with me, then you go ahead and give me a chat, and I'll look at it in about 2 minutes or so. I'm still rambling for at least another 2 minutes, but like I said, throughout this live, I'm going to be rambling for 5 minutes, and then I'll look at the chat, and then I'll ramble for another 5 minutes, and I'll look at the chat. That's how this live's going to roll, guys. That's how we roll on Black Hole Live 121. It would have been earlier, but YouTube, for some reason, the reason I'm starting this live later, is because the viewers and the likes kind of got scrolled off the screen, and everything. So I just went ahead and. Okay, we're gonna do it live today. Black Hole is going live today, man, and I was determined about it, yeah. So anyway, guys, of course you can always tell me what you guys want me to talk about in the next live and anything. So anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about how parents bring people in the world, and then we're supposed to find meaning. We're supposed to try to get rid of the demons in our head. We're supposed to try to find a way to make sure that we're on good par. we don't, with the fucking, as far as the golf club goes, we want to make sure that the golf ball is a hole in one, that we get a birdie or a bogey, or man, it's just, we want to make sure that we go down the whole ride, we get a hole in one and we do a perfect life, and then we go back down to Wonderland or whatever, man. But eventually we are going to face that fact, and we're going to be judged one day. How are we going to be judged? Oh, by God Almighty, right? By Jesus or whatever. If you're a Christian, of course, it's just anybody who could be listening to this live. I mean, if you're Muslim, if you're a Buddhist, if you're a, any of these religions, man, I still believe that everything is one great consciousness. We go with whatever resonates with us, and it's just, just like it says in the Spider-Man movies, like, just be careful who you change into, man. So let's see. I'm gonna look at the chat now, see what anybody can relate to what I'm saying. See anybody in the chat? I don't see any chat, man. Here it is, 10 minutes in the live. I don't see anybody saying nothing. I see nobody watching. I see everybody thinking that I'm a weirdo and leaving the live. That's what I see, guys. That's what it is. Here we are, 10 minutes in the live. Nobody's watching. Everybody thinks I'm weird. It's fine, guys. You don't have to leave chat. But anyway, let's go in another 5 minutes of me ranting. We all are trying to cope in this reality. We're all trying to wake up every day and do the best we can. We're trying to wake up and we go to work and we come home and we take for walks in the park. We go swimming. We go whatever the heck it is that we need to be doing. And if anything goes against that, then we start to have all these demons in our head, and we're like, okay, why is life the way it is? Why are we surviving like this? Why are we being slaves like this? And it's like, okay, well, we need to find meaning. We got to find ways to make sure other people think that we're worthy of their time, that so they can approve us and make sure that they give us what we need for survival. And if we don't have that, then there's something wrong with us. We need to find ways to improve ourselves. We need to find ways to we need to go to school. We need to find games to play in this matrix. We need to, because that's all it is, a game. We need to make sure that people think that we're worthy of their time, or that that we're worthy of them giving us opportunities to fulfill whatever it is that they want us to do. Now, if we don't do that, then there's something wrong with us. We need to go to a therapist. We need to go to a mental institution. We need to find ways to improve ourselves. We need to make sure that everybody's thinking that, that we're worthy of their time, that we're good people. We want to make sure that everybody's just chilling with us. We want to make sure that we're worthy of going to parties on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or whatever night. We want to make sure that everybody's like, this person's a cool guy. We like the way this guy looks, because that's usually that's another thing, guys. It's always about looks. It's always about people being promoted, people being on high status. If somebody doesn't look good, then they're strange. They're strange. They're a weird person. They're not worthy of our time. They need to go back into some kind of strange. Not, Math Magic Land. The heck with Wonderland, Math Magic Land. Anybody ever seen the Disney movie Math Magic Land? I might even post that on my. Oh my God, it's amazing what comes out of your mouth when you're live to the world on the internet, on your channel, on YouTube. Of course, you need to still be regulated. Even on YouTube, you need to be regulated. You make sure that you're saying the right stuff, that you're doing exactly like as you're told. Because we're conditioned from a young age to do what we're told. And if we don't do what we're told, then there's something wrong with us. It starts to feel like you're in a world of robots, of marionette puppet slaves. People are just making sure that everything is expensive and as difficult as possible to live a life that's temporary. Does anybody remember asking to be born? No, we're just here. We're just doing the best we can to survive. And why? Because mommy and daddy had sex, like I started the live with. And why? Because they're in love with each other, and they think they love you, but they don't actually love you as a person. They love you and what their expectations of you are. And if you fall short of that, then they find reasons to humiliate you, to reject you, to make you feel inferior. They're the ones that brought you into the world. And if a parent doesn't like the way a child feels, then they should like, you brought them here. You brought them into this physical, dense existence, so you need to be like, you know, I'm your parent, and I brought you here, and I'll do whatever it takes to understand what you're going through. I'll do whatever it takes to well, not submit to you, but to help you with whatever it is you're going through, because we're all going through stuff every day. There's always going to be something to go through. There's always going to be some thought that comes in your head that you don't like. There's always going to be some feeling that you're not in resonation with or whatever. And your parent always needs to be there like that, but it's not how it is, guys. Let's be honest. The parent is always going to be like, okay, you need to be the way I need you to be. You're gonna be like avoiding your parent. Like, okay, do it. Am I really on good terms with this person? Do I really, you know, and it's just, you're always going to be struggling to, just like with the world, you're always going to be trying to be the way everybody else wants you to be, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be more in tune with the child and what the child needs. But it's more about what the world needs, and that's why so many people are starving to death. That's why all these people are getting beaten and blown up overseas and everything, because nobody ever just cares for the individual. It's always about the higher purpose. It's always about trying to strive for what other people want and what other people need. It's never about the person that's actually going through whatever it is they're going through. And that's why people got to flock to church. That's why people got to go see movies and concerts and play video games and whatever, because the people are not being fulfilled in their personal lives. That's why people get drunk. That's why people smoke a lot. You name it. Because the individual is trying to figure out how to make themselves happy in a world that is based off of a piece of paper that they print out every day. And eventually we're going to leave this plane of existence. Why do we got to live like that? Why can't we just help each other? Because it's always about striving for other people and what they want us to do. And if we fall short of that, then there's something wrong with us. And then we got to cope in order to make ourselves feel better when they make us feel like losers for feeling that way. For thinking the way they program us. It just goes to show how evil people can be, and how people are always going to be fastened to this, I got to do this, I got to do that. When in reality, all you got to do is exist, and then eventually, hopefully, we go back to this wonderland that we came from. Okay, so let's see. Let me read the chat. Logan Lug says no. What do you mean by no? Logan Lug says no. Do you not agree with what I'm saying? Anybody want to come on and be a moderator? Does anybody want to be a moderator? That's kind of why my last live got screwed up, because of it just says like, oh, you need to have a moderator on your channel, and then it's a long story. What do you mean by no, Logan Lug? Do you not agree with what I'm saying? Are you still there? Hello, is anybody there? You know what? Where the answer me now. I'm gonna go ahead and make you a moderator. Here. Give me a minute. I'm gonna make you a standard moderator. I'm not a weirdo? Good. What is it? What do you mean? I think I just made you a moderator. Let me see. Let me see here. It's not showing up whether you're a moderator on my, because I've never done this before. I've never made anybody a moderator on my channel, so it's not showing up. Do you want to be a standard moderator? Or do you want to be a managing moderator? Let me see here. It's because I just want to have at least one moderator on my channel. Let me tell you which is the managing moderator can manage block words and change chat modes in live, and also has capabilities of standard. The standard moderator can review and remove chat messages and hide or put users in timeout. Let's see. It's just, I think I'll just make you I think I understand what's going on. I'm just going to make you a standard moderator. There, you're a standard moderator. You're my first moderator. Logan Lug is my first moderator ever on my channel. So yeah, I went ahead and did it just now. I don't know if I want to have a managing moderator yet. I don't know how that stuff works. Anyway. So anyway, if anybody comes on, they're being weird on my channel, just like you mentioned, then you can go ahead and, block them or whatever. You're the very first moderator on my channel, so congratulations. Let me see. I'm gonna click on you again. Let me see here. I'm gonna put you in timeout for 15 seconds. Let me know if it works. For 10 seconds, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Just for 10 seconds, man. I'm just kidding around with you. We're not gonna be live much longer, guys. I mean, I'm just having fun today. I mean, I would have already done this about an hour ago, but it just didn't work. So anyway, guys, all I can tell you is that we're living in this crazy world, and we're just doing the best we can every day. We wake up and we're just messing with the reality that we are presented with. Just like in the Truman Show movie, we're presented with a reality, and it's just we accept the reality for which we're presented. It's as simple as that. Because Occam's razor, the simplest explanation tends to be the right one. We're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Well, at the same time, it's like, why are we being fruitful? Because I don't know, because it told us to. I think it's more like people are procreating because they're in love with each other, and then they use their free will to go against each other. Because anybody who believes in just cause and effect is fine. That's fine. I'm not arguing against that. But I also believe that without free will, there wouldn't be any cause and effect. There wouldn't be any interaction with any, if we weren't even aware that we exist. That's what you got to understand, guys. If you're going to go against the free will, and that would mean that you're denying the fact that you exist and the fact that you're aware that you exist. You exist, right? You exist, you're aware that you're listening to this live. Well, you exist. That's it. But people are not wanting to face this. They want to think that there's something outside of themselves. Of course there's something outside of themselves. It's common knowledge. It's common sense. Because they're not willing to accept that. Because they've been programmed. And if they go against that, you've got to be a slave to a system that they don't remember asking to be born into. And if you go against that, if you say anything against that, then you're going to be barred for life. You're going to be banned. People are gonna think you're strange for the rest of eternity because you said something against the system. That is all man-made in the first place. We're all brought into this world for a temporary period, and then eventually we go back to this place that we came from. What is that? It's just, pure creation, pure consciousness, pure free will, dare I say it. I said it. And I'm not trying to be cool and trying to be hip or anything, guys, because that's the ego talking. What if we're all freaking fucking cool and we just don't realize it, guys? We're just, oh yeah, just the fact that I even said that is a strange phenomenon, right? What if we're all just here for a temporary period and we're just screwing with each other over everybody else's different ideals of what reality should be? And that's why it made like a hell realm. But you say anything like that, people are being like, oh no, he's too awake. We don't want him on here. We don't want him on YouTube. We don't want him trying to awaken people because he's awakened himself and he wants to make other people awaken, right? Anything goes against the grain of the daily grind. Anything goes against people waking up and doing the same thing every day. And there's something strange about that person. There's something that needs to be fixed about this person. They need to go see a therapist. They need to go to see a doctor. They need to go and have themselves woken up when maybe they're already woken up and no one will listen to them. And that's why they think, they are the delusion. I mean, there's always going to be physical illnesses, sure, but where do all physical illnesses come from? Well, maybe it's just coming from the fact that they exist in a physical, crystallized, biological body. But at the same time, it's like, why do they do? Because a man and woman have sex, but why do they gotta feel pain? And it's a direct result of the atmosphere, the hell realm. That's where the pain and suffering takes place. Eventually, You go back to this place where everybody's just more spiritual, right? Oh, well, what if everything manifests at the same time with conscious awareness? What if nothing ever exists without something being aware of it? What if, what if, what if? You always got to ask why, you always got to ask what if. Okay, anyway, how long is Alive now? 24 minutes? Oh my God, is it already that long? I can't believe it's already that long, guys. I didn't know it was already been 5 minutes. The Cycle of Life, Logan Lug. I appreciate you saying that. Anyway, you enjoying being my first moderator? You're my first moderator, Logan Lug. Congratulations. I need to make somebody a moderator of my channel. I don't have any moderators yet, and you're my first one. Congratulations. Yay, everybody clap for Logan Lug. You get to be my first one ever. So anyway, it's about time because I've been on YouTube for like 14 months, and I need to have somebody, by now. So anyway, I said that this live would be at least 30 minutes. It's already been 25 minutes, and I've been already rambling. So that's pretty much the gist of my 121st live, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm not ending it yet. I'm going to be on a little bit longer. I appreciate all anybody who's tuning in or listening to it later after it's gone off. There's always going to be something that you got to deal with in this life, guys. There's always going to be something there's always going to be trying to make you feel that you're inferior. There's always going to be something that's going to be screwing with you. You don't need to be someone who's like, I'm not worthy of this. You're worthy. It's just all these other people want to make you think you're unworthy because they want to make you a slave. They don't want you to think for yourself. They want you to be a slave, man. They don't want you to feel good. They don't want you to be bountiful. They want you to feel like you're somebody who's just, waking up and doing the same thing every day. That's all they want. They want you to feel like you're inferior. They want you to feel like you're somebody who's just not worthy of living your life the way you want to live it. And that's why people turn to all these crimes and everything. That's why people keep robbing people. That's why people keep stealing from people and everything. It's just a burglary, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter what you call it. Because there's always going to be, moments that pass us, and we're going to be trying to figure out why we're here and why we're living the way we're living and why we're doing the things we're doing. The reason is because everybody's having a different state of consciousness, and they're evil, and the word live spelled backwards. They want to make sure that nobody ever gets what they really want. Nobody ever thinks the way they want to think, and nobody ever feels and needs what they want. And it goes on forever because they just want us to be an obedient slave. The key word: obey, 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 obey. Bill Cosby even says in his Bill Cosby himself. We all know what happened with that. And why do people, like I was just saying, why do people do this stuff? Because they're screwed up in the head. They've been trying to be a good person for so long. They do all these stupid things. And these other people, the reason why they do the thing, because they want to profit off suffering. Everybody's always striving to be happy in some way, and it just causes them to do all this stupid crap because it's just malicious consciousness, man. It's a glitch in the system. It's a glitch in the matrix. It's a fucking cat meow meow going by 2 more times or more. And it's like, what happened? Oh, the agents are trying to screw us. It all fits. It all makes sense, guys. And I mean, it's just, you guys got to look at it. You don't have to fall down the hole too long because it's not that deep. Oh my God, I love it. This is fun. This YouTube is so much fun, and I will encourage all you guys to get on here and listen to these guys and make your own channel and do something as vibrant as this, if they're not more vibrant. Anyway, guys, we're going to be in it soon. We're coming up on 30 minutes now. I said the live would be at least 30 minutes, and I would have already done it earlier. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for this live. Anyone who come on and say hi. Logan Lug says, wow, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you've had a couple of drinks. Always drink responsibly, and you just sit and I'm just sitting here rocking in this chair, and just stuff is coming out of my head. And I'm just rambling for you guys. And I hope you guys listen to it later. Anybody who hadn't listened to it while it was live, you listen to it later and be like, yeah, wow, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Anyway, guys, I did want to go live today, and I've accomplished that. And yeah, we're going to be in live in 30 minutes. I've decided. I've gone ahead and decided to do that. And also say anything before I end it. I see 2 people watching. 2 people gave me a like. Appreciate you listening to this crazy live. This is probably the craziest live I've ever made. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys will be back for my 122nd live. Who knows when that's going to be. Anybody want to say hi before I end it? I'm going to be in about 30 seconds. Yeah, guys, I sure do appreciate you joining me for this crazy live. And yeah, we're out of here. See you guys next time. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic and leave a chat. And yeah, peace. Bye bye. Oh yeah, I'll send you a notification. What do you mean by notification? Let me just 1 minute, guys. What do you mean by notification, Logan Love? Oh, notification. All you gotta do is just subscribe. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, and it should tell you when I'm going live or whatever. Hopefully, the next live won't be as crazy as this. Okay, guys, I'm in it. Peace. Bye bye.